Hey everyone, it's Q&A Thursdays. So excited to be here with you all. Um, Post your questions below if you have any about this detox that I'm doing, this heavy metal and more detox, which I'm going to go into a little bit today. And if you missed this live, you can post questions below. I'll answer them next week. Anything about holistic health and wellness, that means detoxing your mind, body, and spirit. Today I'm going to talk specifically about detoxing the body. And when I talk about detoxing, I mean from heavy metals, from environmental pollutants like chemicals and plastics and other toxins that get into the brain. So they're called and referred to as neurotoxins. They're in our body on a cellular level, and they're the number one cause of cellular inflammation. And cellular inflammation, it's hard to say, is the cause of many, and most diseases, chronic diseases like diabetes, autoimmune issues, hormonal issues like high cortisol, like I have, thyroid issues, weight loss resistance, all kinds of things. I'm going to be going live and doing videos about this, about the research that I'm doing and the studies that I'm finding, and the statistics that I'm finding that are absolutely alarming. One example that just is off the top of my head is that by 2032, 1 in every 2 children will be on the spectrum. So every other child by 2032, at the rate that it's increasing currently, will be on the spectrum. So what is causing all this? A lot of it is neurotoxins in the cells in the brain, and it's neurotoxicity. So there is a way to clear this out of the body, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I am on a 10-month detox. I started in January. I'm on month 7, and I want to tell you a little bit about that. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them, and I will answer them. And so what this started out, what you do 1 month of preparing the body for detoxing. So opening the detox pathways. That's one of the things that this toxicity in the cells causes, is a closing down of the detox pathways, so your body can't naturally detox. So there are ways that you can open it back up, and mostly it's liver, kidney support, doing things like saunas, sweating. I do infrared sauna because it has the added bonus of the infrared. Things like enemas, coffee enemas. Anyway, so the first month was opening up the pathways, supporting the liver, supporting the kidney, doing this through some supplementation. Then I went into the cleanse for parasites, mold, other fungi, and bad bacteria. Okay, so that lasts anywhere from 3 to 6 months, but I did that strictly for 2 months, and then I moved into the heavy metal phase. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, I did that for longer. I did that for 4 months. Now, this month 7, I've moved into the heavy metal and environmental toxin phase. It was a little bit last month too, month 6, but anyway, that's getting rid of all the heavy metals that have accumulated, which come from so many different sources. I'll be going into that. One of them, which is amalgam fillings, and for so long, in fact, they still teach this in dental schools, that the mercury does not get released because it attaches to the other metal that's in the filling, and they're still taught this. However, there are many studies where the vapor coming off amalgam fillings has been measured, and they have done studies where they did an analysis of the umbilical cords of newborns who had mothers with amalgam fillings, and the correlation of the amount of mercury found in these newborns already in their bodies is a direct correlation to how many fillings their mother had. So it is passed down in utero. So it's everywhere. So many sources. In fact, I'm putting together a guide of the 100 hidden sources of these neurotoxins that are in our food, our air, our water, our cosmetics, in our babies from our mothers, in our teeth, in other metal things that we have in our body if anybody's had surgery. Anyway, I'm going to put that guide together. But so now I'm in the heavy metal and environmental toxin phase, and I got tested. Tests don't always show the heavy metals because they're in the cells, they're in the fat cells in the brain often, and they don't show up in the blood and the urine, so they don't show up in tests. So you could have toxicity and not even know it. But the test did show that I had mercury, so it was coming up in the blood. Actually, it was the urine for that, and I was off the charts in mercury. And most of my symptoms can be explained by mercury toxicity as well as other environmental toxins. So anyway, now I'm in that heavy metal phase. And then the cleanse, it's not even a cleanse, it's a detoxification using strong supplements, herbs, and binders. I'll go into that in a minute. But the very final phase will be 2 months of restoring the gut. So you have to restore the gut last, because if you do it while you're detoxing all these pathogens, all these, microbes that you're killing off, and the metals and the other toxins like plastics, BPA, I was really high in BPA, that'll be messing up the gut. So you can do gut restore during the cleanse, but it's really important to do it for at least 2 months afterwards. And so it's taking very specific supplements to support the gut, to build up the lining again, to prevent leaky gut, prevent things like diverticulosis. But it's also just taking collagen, and the best form is in bone broth. So I do bone broth almost daily anyway, but I'll be doing a lot of that during that last 2 months. So that is the detox that I am on, and the reason I even got into this in the first place was because of my severe joint pain in my thumbs and in my toes, especially my left big toe, to the point where I can bear, it really hurts to walk, and I can't open jars, things like that. I have tried everything under the sun to try to help my joint pain. Nothing has worked. I'm not wanting to do surgery. So when I got clued into the fact that these neurotoxins can very much cause joint pain, that's what got me on this bandwagon in the first place. But there's other issues like elevated cortisol, which is causing a lot of belly fat that I cannot get rid of no matter what I do. There's a lot of weight loss resistance that comes with this toxicity. And also I was getting frequent colds. Like I've used to get sick monthly with a cold. I would feel like I'm coming down with a cold almost twice monthly, and that has been going on since my 20s, so decades. And that has completely gone away, actually, since the beginning of the year. So I think that was really tied to the parasite and the mold and the candida that was found in me through testing. And what else? I have, so the joint pain, frequent colds. I'm still having some joint pain, so that I'm hoping will resolve at the end of this heavy metal phase, as well as the extra weight and the hormonal imbalance. These neurotoxins accumulate in the pituitary gland and the hypothalamus, and that is the control center of the endocrine system. So think of it like the control tower at an airport suddenly taken out, and the havoc that would happen with all the airplanes running around when you have no control tower controlling them. It's the same idea. If you get this buildup of these neurotoxins in the pituitary gland and the control center of our hormonal system, it can't do its job. And so all the hormones get out of whack. So that's a big reason, one of the big causes for cortisol imbalance, insulin, thyroid, Hashimoto's. A lot of these are attributed to neurotoxins in the brain, especially in that pituitary gland. So, lots to cover here. I don't want to overwhelm everyone. It's Q&A Thursday, and I really just want to answer any questions that come in. So I'll be doing this every week, and stay tuned. And thank you for listening. Have a great and beautiful and blessed day, everyone. Take care.